Hi guys, and welcome to the Ipswich Town vs Sunderland match preview. So this weekend Sunderland do travel to Portman Road and try and get ourselves our first win of the season, as we did draw against Oxford 1-1 at the Stadium Light last weekend. But Ipswich, for me, as I have said in my season predictions, my league table predictions, I do believe they're going to get promoted automatically. So for us, of course, our aim this season is to go up automatically. This, for me, is going to be an incredibly early, don't get me wrong, incredibly early 6-pointer, because if you do want to go up, particularly automatically, you're going to want to beat the teams around you, the teams who are also going to be going for it, and I strongly believe that Ipswich are going to be right up there. So last weekend, if we do look at Ipswich, they did take on Burton. They won by a goal to nil. They got a relatively early goal through Garbut, the left midfielder, and then it finished 1-0. They won by a goal to nil. Burton did get a man sent off with about 10-15 minutes left. I didn't see the game in full. Of course I didn't. Why would I? But looking at the stats, it looks as though, I could be completely wrong. Stats don't tell everything. But it looks as though Ipswich did give Burton a lot of the possession. They had nearly 60% possession. Burton, they had just as many shots as each other, relatively close, but Ipswich did have the superior shots on target by some distance as well. So it just shows to me that they're quite capable of just sitting back and then waiting for the opportunity to present itself, and they take their chances, which they of course did do in the last game by winning by a goal to nil. But of course, this time around, it's going to be their first home game of the season. Will it be a completely different approach? Maybe they'll be coming straight onto us, which could potentially favour us, because even at home we look like we were trying to counter-attack more than, take the game by the scruff of the neck, which I do personally believe we should have done against Oxford, but we didn't, and we got that 1-1 draw. So we'll go into my preferred lineup that I would like to see for us for this game. So I have gone with McLaughlin in goal. Now the back three, I've done a little bit of a shake-up. I've removed Flanagan, who I believe to be, and I've said it before, is a massive, massive liability, and I don't think he can play in a back three. That's shown massively against Oxford. I put Ozturk as the centre of that back three, because I think we just need a big brick shithouse who can get things away in the middle, rather than Willis, who's the pacey player, or the pacier of the centre back. So I'd stick Ozturk in the centre of him, and I put McLaughlin on the right and Willis on the left. And I chose Willis on the left because Hume, of course, as we could see by the last time out against Oxford, he was caught out time and time again, Hume, and Flanagan just wasn't really capable of helping him out over on that left-hand side. And I think Willis would be perfect for that, or at least better for that, because he's got a bit more pace, or like I say, he's the pacier of the centre-backs that we do have. So I think Willis would make great cover for Hume when Hume is going forward. And hopefully Hume has learnt by his mistakes in the last game, because I think his positional awareness was goddamn terrible. And if we did have another left back to replace him, I probably would have thrown him out of the squad, or thrown him out of the starting 11 at least. But he is only a young lad, and this experience will prove vital in his progressions. But yeah, I've gone with Hume as the left wing back, Gooch as the right wing back. I would have gone for 09, but I think Gooch was actually not too bad against Oxford. I think if we just got the correct rhythm in the final third, he would have been a lot more useful. But Gooch defensively wasn't even really that bad in the last game, so I would go for Gooch there. Now in the middle, I would go unchanged with McGeoch and Dobson, because I think those two were probably the only really real positive in the last game. I think they were very good together. Now as the front three, I've gone for McGeady, which is probably a little bit pushing it, because I know that he has been injured and he only came on for the last sort of 15-20 odd minutes of the last game. But even if we only get a half out of him, or an hour out of him, and then maybe replace him with Maguire or Watmore, someone like that, then I'd be perfectly fine. But I would like to see McGeady get a start and just see if he can just get them early doors. On the right hand side of that three, I've put Embleton, who he didn't have a fantastic game last time out, and I could have easily put Maguire there, or Watmore maybe, just to cause a bit of trouble with his pace. But up top, I've gone with McNulty, because I just don't think Griggs got it, to be honest with you. And this is all based on, of course, if I think Jack Ross will remain with this three at the back and the wing backs with that system. He could quite easily revert to a 4-2-3-1, which we did see for the majority of last season, or even a 4-4-2, where things would work differently, I would believe. But if we are to stick with this system, I think this is the starting 11 we should go with. Now to the moment you've all been waiting for, and that is my score prediction. Now I have mentioned on videos and in social media before the season started, I kind of gave my thoughts on what I would like to get from the opening 4 games. Now of course I wanted to see a win at Oxford. I expected a draw. at, or I expect a draw at Ipswich, although now I do believe it is a 6-pointer. I think we should definitely go for the win. I would like to see us win. Portsmouth, I thought it was going to be a draw and then win the next one against Rochdale, but I personally believe we're going to see another 1-1 draw, and I don't think it's going to be a pretty game by any means. I think we should, I think we need to win it. I can't see it happening. I think it's going to be a really tight game. They have plenty of dangers themselves. They have Norwood up top, who I think is a great striker for this league. Paul Lambert, a decent manager, although I've seen his press conferences before the first game of the season, and he's certainly not happy with the Ipswich board, or that's what I gather from his interviews. But they're a very strong side. I think all in all, even though I do think we need to go for the win and we need to win the game, essentially, I think a 1-1 draw would be a fair result, and I'd be quite happy with it, with a draw. Maybe not exactly 1-1 because we're so goddamn used to it. If it's 0-0, I'll take that as well. Or maybe even a 2-2 because then at least that shows that we can score goals. But either way, I think it's going to be a draw. I will go for another 1-1 draw. So that is it, guys. I think we will draw this weekend against Ipswich. What do you think will happen this weekend? What do you think should be our starting 11? Let me know about all that in the comments down below. But if you have enjoyed this video, please hit the like button for me. It would be massively, massively appreciated. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already to become a fully fledged member of the Sarny Army. But for now, you take care and stay jammy.